Wow, hi, hello, Cynple here, and as you know, it's time to shake the table. So let's get it started. In this video, you're going to watch a silk press, but you guys are under the misconception that every time I do a silk press, it is to say that this is the only way you should wear your hair, as if I hate curly hair or I hate natural hair, and that could not be further from the truth. So if you've come from a channel who told you that about me, get a notebook, baby, because I'm here to speak for myself, right? So this is a client that came in, and this is how she came in initially, right? She's not in pain in any way, shape, or form. When done right, the detangling process is seamless, and if you want to know more about that, you'll have to join some of my courses, because you know people copycat here on YouTube. So right now what we are doing is maneuvering with the salt bond and the hydrogen bond. The salt bond is the bond in the hair that is temporarily broken by highly acidic products, whereas the hydrogen bond within the hair is the bond that is temporarily broken by water, right? And this is the bond that could be set and reset. Again, the disulfide bond is the bond that is permanent, right? This is a permanent bond, a permanent linkage. So if you do heat the wrong way, or chemicals the wrong way, then you will permanently damage the disulfide bond, right? Or not damage the disulfide bond, you'll break the disulfide bond. Leave me a comment below if you want me to do a video all about the disulfide bond in the hair, because people are confused about what makes your hair curly. It's the amount of disulfide bonds you have and the size of the follicle. Let me know if you want a detail. If you want a detailed breakdown, I will do that for you, right? So again, right now we are combing through her hair. There is a difference between combing and detangling. To detangle is to get out all the knots and tangles and things of that nature in the hair. If there are no knots and you are combing the hair, if there are no knots and tangles, so be very aware of that. It is imperative that your hair is properly combed before you blow dry your hair, to just allow your hair to maybe be in twist and air dry, or to air dry your hair in any way, shape, or form, and then flat iron it is going to be the easiest way to revert back. In all types of ways, your hair is going to revert back very, very fast if your hair is not properly combed before you even begin the blowout process. Most people think that the straightening process is with the flat iron, but the truth of the matter is the most important part of the flat ironing process is the actual comb out and blowout, right? So we talk a lot more about detail and all of that, like actual technique, in the growth cycle blueprint. So if you want to learn more about my blowout technique and how to master your blowout technique at home, then you're going to have to join the growth cycle blueprint for that, because all of my detailed information is no longer available to the public. Okay. So now this beauty here is a woman who has beautiful, thick, long hair, and she did not grow long hair from putting fruits and vegetables in her hair. She did not grow long hair from leaving her hair wet on a regular basis. She did not grow long hair from doing twist outs. She's not turning her nose up at professional grade products and only using things that she makes in her kitchen, right? She has a set pattern and routine, and she understands that to hold on to her length, she has to have healthy maintenance practices. The same way that if you want to keep your car running good, you have to make sure you're getting regular tune-ups and checkups, getting your brakes checked and all of those things. So this is exactly what she's doing at this hair appointment. At her hair appointment, she is making sure that her ends are not splitting up the hair shaft, so she's actually retaining that length. If you talk to a person who has extremely long hair, they will tell you that their practices are very, very minute and simplistic. Yes, there are people people with extremely long hair that's like unbelievable to some of you guys. If you're not able to hold on to at least 10 inches of length, somebody with hair past their butt or past their knees is crazy. But you guys, hair care is actually really simplistic, and with very, very subtle practices, you can master it. And YouTube has taught you to practice on your own head, because when you come on YouTube, you see other women that you aspire to be like, other women that inspire you, and you'll say, oh my god, I'm gonna do that to my hair too because she did it. But the reality of it is, most of them are playing in their hair. You don't play in people's hair for other people's entertainment. You are trying to figure out the best healthy hair care practices for you. So get a mannequin, and instead of wasting the money buying the full bottle of the product that the YouTuber told you to buy, why don't you get a sample size and test it out on a mannequin that matches your texture? And once you master it on the mannequin, I'm talking about the mannequin is bouncing and behaving, okay, multiple times. The mannequin doesn't have breakage after months, not just one time. I need y'all to understand that when you're testing something out, you don't just use it one time. No, you need to test it out, see how it's operating in different environments multiple times. Give it time. Don't just use a product one time on your hair or watch somebody's video and then use it. Understand that most of the people who are telling you to buy a product, they're telling you that it's great after using it maybe 2 or 3 times. Let's really give our body the attention that it deserves, because we will spend $800, $600, $400 on all of these new tools, but then complain about buying a $20 bottle of shampoo and conditioner. Like, come on, let's make it make sense, because the preparation is more important than the end result. You cannot get to the end result without proper preparation, and all of the hacks and skipping the steps is what gets in the way of the proper preparation. And if you stick around into the end, I'm going to give you other options, and I'm going to show you women who are really, really flourishing and doing exactly what I'm saying, right? And not just her, because so many people are like, oh my god, I don't want to wear my hair straight. Why do I have to wear my hair straight? Well, you don't have to. I really recommend that you straighten your hair out so you can actually see the real divinity of your hair. You can actually see what your ends look like. You wearing your hair curly is just one of the many things that your hair is able to do. Your hair curling tighter than everybody else's doesn't lock you in a box of only wearing your hair in a form that a lot of people can't get. That's not how it goes. Now, if you only want to wear your hair curly, then that's it. If you don't want to do flexi rod sets, perm rod sets, if you don't want to set the bonds in your hair, then this just isn't the channel for you, and that's okay, right? But I am a scientist, and I am like obsessed with all of the different forms that the human hair shaft can be in. But how can you master something that you don't know? How can you master something when every time somebody goes to teach you the initial structure of that thing, you deny it as pseudoscience? You deny it as something that is being made up. Well, I want to tell you this. Coming across not only my channel, any channel that you watch on YouTube, just Google anything that they say. If you come across a video telling you I'm making up hair weathering, for an example, babe, you don't have to think, is she a lawyer? No, you don't have to do that. Just simply go on Google. Google owns YouTube. Just simply go on Google and search, is hair weathering real? And what is hair weathering? And does leaving the hair wet, does that cause hydro fatigue? Literally just search it. Does layering the products on top of the hair shaft, does it cause hydro fatigue? Just type that in ChatGPT, and then based on what it says, after it says that, type in, give me some scientific journals to back what you're saying, because I don't believe it. And then go to those medical journals and look it up. We do not have to sit on YouTube and waste time going back and forth about whether or not I'm lying about scientific information that has peer reviewed studies. If you find a person who tells you hair weathering isn't real, you should be alerted to know this is probably somebody I shouldn't listen to. If you are coming across a videos that are telling you to sleep in conditioner, to mix oils and butters and greases with your products, and then you need to be on alert. But for years you guys haven't been on alert, and you guys know, link in the description box below. Here on YouTube, everybody shares links and videos, and the Team Natural girls that taught you guys this at the very beginning do not want to be held accountable. When I showed you again the video that has over 3 million views, so who cares if somebody reposted, right? Letting you know that this is the person that taught y'all to sleep in conditioner or to mix oils and butters with your conditioner. Don't do that, right? They are not going to be accountable. They're going to give you a new product every single month, and then they're not going to take accountability. They all have hair weathering. All of them have hair weathering, but they're going to tell you that it's alopecia, or that they have vitamin deficiencies, or they're going to blame it on a hair product, where in reality, all of this is hair weathering. I told you guys, hair weathering takes anywhere between 6 months to 25 years to show up. To show up, not to start, but to show up, you guys. And so this is what I need y'all to pay attention to. Even the people who are like, don't listen to Sand. Some of them are like bald right now, right? But if you go to their very first videos, they had really long hair and they were doing all of the practices that they're telling you to do. And then slowly but surely, you see the hairline go back further and further and further. And then one day they just cut all their hair off, and they tell you that it's because of genetics or certain types of balding, or they tell you that it's based on a certain product, and all of these different things, alopecia, genetics. But nobody's gonna talk about hair weathering or the practices that led them there in the first place. Now, we're not going to say that women in the Team Natural Hair community are the only women going bald or thinning, because it is something that happens worldwide, regardless of your race or ethnic background. If you're constantly oiling, buttering, and greasing the scalp, your hair eventually is going to thin out. If your hair shaft is constantly wet, even if you think that air drying it is perfect, right? It's okay. It's never really 100% wet. Or if your hair is always tangled and it's like impossible to comb through your hair with any tool without saturating it in water and product, that is not normal. I know that it is the norm so far, but it's not normal. Don't get in your feelings. Stick around until the end of this video, and I'm going to show you 2 Team Natural members that are now gurus and completely out of that, right? And you don't have to straighten your hair all the time. But again, I challenge y'all to become your own scientists, because I kind of find it disrespectful that people keep shouting, oh, misinformation, as if adult women are not able to look at information for yourself. You are more than capable of looking up information for yourself. You can do conductive reasoning. You don't constantly need videos out there, misinformation, sin spreading, misinformation. No, you don't need my videos or anybody's videos blocked. I actually love it when people make videos about me, positive. This is both positive and negative opinions. I don't mind. I actually love it. You know why? Because it starts making your brain move. Because for over a decade now, women have not been thinking for themselves. They haven't been thinking critically about hair care, scalp care, and about things that we learned as little girls. So if you got people talking about me, is freaking amazing. It's amazing for you. It's amazing for me. It's amazing for the whole entire group collectively, because for over a decade, y'all have not been thinking critically on y'all own. Y'all have been listening to what the girl with the longest, thickest hair says and throwing all caution to the wind. So if somebody tells you They tell you, don't listen to her. She's spreading misinformation. She's a liar. She's mad. Look at the way she touches her hair. Ooh, she nasty. She hate curly hair. It's amazing. You know why? Because you are an adult and you can think for yourself. So you're going to come over to my channel and you're going to make a decision on me for yourself. And when you do that, the only way you can do that is if you sit down and begin to search real scientific information, use the scientific method, and you'll begin to unlock and use parts of your mind that you haven't used in a while. You'll begin to use YouTube and Google in a way that you've never used it before. For example, we have a video on flaxseeds coming up really soon. I love flax seeds. I actually use them to cook and for so many other things, but they do not go in your hair. But because people show you that it goes in your hair, you put it there. Most of y'all don't know you use flax seeds to finish wood. You can use flaxseed oil to finish wood, and we're gonna go a lot deeper into it because it's called something else when it's being used for industrial purposes, but it's still flaxseed. It's just put through two different processes, right? Whenever they're making the oil, whether it's the flaxseed oil that you eat or the type of oil that comes from the same exact plant, right? The same exact seed, just processed differently to finish wood. Check out the blog post in the description box below where I break it down, but I'm gonna do flax seeds do not go in your hair. And I know a lot of y'all are not gonna like this, but that's not the key to growing long hair. As you can see, this is a black woman with beautiful long hair, and she did not grow it putting flax seeds, oils, and grease and eggs and fruit salad. She's not a snack at IHOP, so she's not putting eggs and bacon and stuff in her hair. Everything is very simplistic, and she's keeping up with her trims. Every 8 to 10 weeks, she's dropping in to see somebody like me, and she's getting a trim. This video is about 7 years old. This is when I retired. I was doing hair in one of my friends' studios for my clients that, you know, I still saw from time to time before I stopped doing hair 1000%. But I need y'all to understand that when we're talking about women with really long hair that keeps healthy long hair their whole life, they don't do big chops, they're not cutting their hair 50 million times, they have very easy, extremely simplistic patterns. We're not putting all of these different 50 million products in our hair. Look how weightless her hair is. If she had 3 or 4 layers of products on her hair, if she used the amount of products that you guys use, her hair would look crazy. Moreover, if she was a woman who put flaxseed oil in her hair on a regular basis, or if she was a woman who put coconut oil in her hair on a regular basis, her hair would look nothing like this. It would look like a stringy mess. When I break down to you the way that flax seeds are actually used to cure wood, you're gonna be like, oh my freaking god, because it's gonna do the same exact thing to your hair. It seeps into wood, and then once it gets inside of the wood, it hardens, right? That's what it does with wood. When it does that on the hair's cuticle, it goes into the hair's cuticle and it seeps inside, and it creates a permanent home. So you think that all you're doing is helping your hair retain length. What you don't understand is you're putting something that is going to be a permanent thing. Okay, when we're talking about flax seeds, I'm telling you what I know. Flax seeds can be used to cure wood. Again, there are 2 different processes used for the industrial form, but it is the same exact seed. And on the hair shaft, it doesn't do exactly the same thing that it does in wood, but it does something exactly like it to the hair's cuticle. Obviously, wood and the actual hair shaft are obviously 2 completely different, they have 2 different formations. But when we're talking about hair is a fiber, so a fiber is going to perform a little differently, right? This is somebody from directly inside of the 7-day challenge. Well, black gold. Okay, y'all, y'all. I just had a little fun discovery. I'm on my 4th wash day and went with a roller set this time instead of a blowout or a roller set. Instead of a blowout or roller wrap. So it was very easy. I split my I'm so shocked and amazed. Like, what the F? Yo, washing, conditioning, and brushing my hair has me looking like Soul Glow. I think this was supposed to be what the initial return to natural hair community was supposed to love. A care and scientific knowing of your hair and being proud of your hair care. Listen, y'all, this is something that I want for everybody. But I know that it has been made to look like, oh, I just hate natural hair. That's not the thing. Let's keep reading. You guys are here with me so you can clearly see what she has to say here on the screen. I don't have to read it for you. You can see it. So when somebody tells you, oh, CN hates natural hair, CN hates black hair, girl, bye. All they're trying to do is distract you, because if you believe what I'm saying, or if you listen to me, and then if you hop into the science, forget what I have to say. If you hop into the science of the human hair shaft, everything that they've been teaching you will be null and void. So if they don't tell you that I'm a liar, they're the liar. So it is up to you to make sure that you just sit down. I'm giving you point A, they're giving you point B. Really sit down and look at peer-reviewed studies so you can see that I am not making this stuff up. Like, you guys can literally get books and sit there and read them for hours, learning about the different layers of the scalp, learning about the different layers of the human hair shaft. And when you learn all of these things and you read all of these books, forget about what I have to say. Once you read all of this information and you learn it and you know that you know that you know, when you get back on YouTube and you listen to somebody tell you to mix oil in your conditioner or adding oil to conditioners that are already made, like Meg's Got Legs did, then you are going to end up in a bad spot. And the reason that all of these Team Naturals, when I use their videos, the reason that they file copyright disputes is because they don't want to take accountability. The reason that most black women are stuck is because Team Natural girls made them believe they had to have all of these unnecessary It is the overuse of products, the misuse of products, the complete disregard for the label. Like, Team Natural and YouTube has you guys not even reading the label. You don't read the directions. You listen to what they say, and they don't read the directions. And then once they ruin their hair, they go to cosmetologists to fix it. So think about this, you guys. For over 2 decades, you guys have been following girls that just make shit up and then telling yourself, I'm not gonna listen to the professionals, I'm not gonna listen to them, they don't know what they're talking about. But when the girl messes her hair up, because every single thing that the professional cosmetologists have said has come to pass, then guess where they run? Right back to the professional cosmetologist, and they leave you by your goddamn self trying to figure out what to do with your hair. But then in 2024, it sucks because most of the professional cosmetologists that can help have been ran out of the industry by the girls that y'all listen to, right? And again, when I come and say it, I get a copyright strike, but guess what? It's not going to stop anything, because we got CDTV, baby, and it's coming really soon. CD stands for send out TV. Okay, so we're gonna hop into it. Look at how grandma's face looks, right? And then look at her hair. Everybody washing goes and going to sleep with wet hair. My baby, this is how our grandmas went to sleep. Our grandmas got roller sets, perm rod sets, flexi rod sets, straw sets, and then they went to sleep with rollers in their hair with some type of bonnet or net on, right? This woman says that she saw somebody with super long hair and asked them, what do you do to your hair? And they basically told her that they keep everything simple. If you ever run into a woman with or a man with really really long beautiful hair, healthy hair, they're going to tell you that they keep it very simplistic, especially if they're older. It's only the younger girls that are doing that mess. But this is another 7-day challenge member with a flexi rod set. Her hair is beautiful and it is thriving. No, I do not hate curly hair or natural hair. I hate the laziness. That's what I cannot stand. I cannot stand lazy hair. You know, the lazy natural movement, all of that, I can't. Because listen, I'm all about self-love, my baby, and I'm sorry, don't love me quick, okay? Don't give me no lazy love, lazy, natural, lazy. No, give me like some real love that's gonna last a minute. This is some real love that lasts a minute. Look at how full and thick and luscious and beautiful her curls are, and she has no oil in her hair. This is the very first 7-day challenge member that was like, girl, I am shook. Look at the shine. Look at the soul glow. Like, look at her hair. So again, for everybody that has something to say, oh, Sin hates natural hair, Sin hates black. So if you came over here from a hate train, which a lot of you have, make sure that now your eyes are open enough for you to begin to start to think for yourself, because it is very, very clear that this is not a woman who hates black women, that I am not a woman who hates curly hair. I am not a woman who wants all black women to have straight hair. No, I am a woman that wants y'all all to stop being made a fool of. Ask yourself why now all of y'all are so gun-ho about the Dyson. Has anyone begun to ask themselves why your favorite vacuum cleaner companies are now making hair products specifically aimed at black women? Because yeah, other people can use them, they're making them public, but only black women are jumping behind hair products made by companies that specialize in household cleaning products like vacuum cleaners. Not to mention the hair products that they're making, the blow dryers and flat irons that they're making are more expensive than the actual tools that they're known to make. How is it that the Revere Air blow dryer costs more than the products that the company's actually known for making? And you guys are the only group of women that are running after it. And then the craziest part about it is, in videos where I say negative things about this tool, they're still gonna pay for ads on my video, on my website. My website is monetized, right? And on my website they pay me for ads on my page. They do not care that I don't like them. They just want the money, because they know that regardless of what I say, they're still going to leave this ad under my videos. And y'all, paying for ad space on YouTube is not cheap. So think of their mentality. They know that y'all are still gonna buy it regardless of what I say. They know that Team Natural Girls are in the chokehold. But again, this is one of my beauties from inside of the 7-day challenge, and she has another wet set. My girls get down in the 7-day challenge. What are you talking about? Okay, sometimes they do flat irons, sometimes they do roller sets, perm rod sets, and as you can see, this beauty here, we are playing around with different options. There's nothing but fun, love, and community within my groups and my challenges. We're not in there spreading hate. We're not in there talking negatively about other people. We're getting work done and focusing on the science. Every once in a while, yes, some dumb Team Natural hack may pop up that they post in a group and we talk about for a second, but they already know. Let's keep it moving. The gurus have fallen back in love with their hair. It's no longer like, oh my God, I hate doing my hair. I just dread this. Oh my God, I got to use all these products. It's so expensive. Absolutely not. Not only have they fallen back in love, I'm talking about some deep love with the hair. It's fun and and they also no longer have this toxic relationship with their body, as well as they have a lot more disposable income because they're not just blowing through money using puddles and puddles of product in their hair. They don't have scalp inflammation that they have to blame on low iron or all of these different things. They don't have to do any of that because they are following properly preparing the hair and understanding that our hair is really just supposed to sit on our head, right? We find healthier ways to keep it stretched so that way as it's just sitting on our head, it can the sebum can travel from scalps to the ends. But we're not always supposed to have our hair in 50 million kabillion styles. That's why anytime you see anybody in the 7-day challenge, they don't have updos and twisties and braids and all of that. No, because they're learning how to have a really, really simplistic look. Like, have a set 3 styles or a set 3 to 4 styles that you have for the whole year. Why do you have to have a different style every time you do your hair? And why is it that you guys feel like protective styles are the only way that a black woman can wear her hair? In reality, it's the reason why most black women are constantly walking around with broken hair. Because no, your hair is not supposed to always be in braids. It's not. Your hair is not always supposed to be in twisties, ponytails, and rubber bands. No, the average hair growth cycle is 7 years. Most black women have their daughter's hair in tight ponytails and braids with their scalps smothered in polymers like edge control or grease or oil, and that's not how it's supposed to go. And by you understanding what ways you went wrong, by you understanding the mistakes you made and how not to make those mistakes again, you then gain control over your hair. Look at this beautiful woman. Do you see a woman who is in bondage with her hair, who doesn't love her hair, who's ashamed to be a black woman? What are we talking about? No, this is a woman who found a great way to stretch her hair to make sure that her hair is easily combed. Now, a lot of you will get confused about how to comb your hair on a regular basis. She's not, because she's within the challenge and she understands, right? Not to say that the 7-day challenge is the only way that you can get understanding, or the growth cycle blueprint is the only way you can get understanding, because that's not what I'm saying. This is one of my viewers. Hey girl, I know it's been a minute, but I did not forget about you. And she let me know that she has had long hair all her life, but she ended up jumping on the whole Team Natural bandwagon, right? And so her hair was really, really long at first, and then she jumped on Team Natural and started air drying her hair. She stopped using flat irons and things of that nature, started using a bunch of oil, grease. Like, she just said she started following Team Natural, and slowly but surely she began to experience breakage and thinning and so many other things. She started getting single strand knots and all of that. She would start getting big globs of hair in her comb as she detangled, all of the things. And these are things that Team Natural has made y'all believe are normal. It is not normal to have globs of hair in your brush when you get done. It is not normal to have dandruff. Dandruff has become a normal way of life for black women, but dandruff is a bacterial scalp infection and is actually contagious. You are not supposed to have dandruff. It's not a natural form of life or a natural pattern in life, but black women think so. Excessive shedding, matting, single strand knots, these things are not normal. They're not necessary, and they do not have to happen. You can have a very easy, fast, and simplistic wash day if you stop all of these Team Natural hacks. To hack something is to cut the time in half, to do a shortcut. And I want to ask you, how worthy of you of time? How worthy of you of attention are you? How worthy are you? And to be honest, I don't think most black women at their core believe that you're really worth all of the time and the attention that it actually takes to have beautiful, long, healthy hair. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, you do not have to. But what I do need you to do is kill all the noise that you've learned from the little peanut gallery. Sin hates natural hair. Sin hates. No, she doesn't. Sin has a long list of clients that are black, fully black, with beautiful, thick, long hair that is their natural texture. And some of them get relaxers. And a black woman that gets a relaxer is not a black woman who hates being black. And a hairstylist that specializes in relaxers is not a hairstylist or a cosmetologist that hates doing black hair. It's just her specialty, right? Or that woman is just, her daily patterns and routine calls her to do that. So this is where she was at the end of everything. She ended up stopping all of her team natural practices. She went in to see a professional that ended up getting her oh so right, and she is back to getting her hair to where it was before she started joining in on the whole team natural thing. Now, originally, just like everything else that's created in the US, it starts off with good intentions, but good intentions always end up somewhere else whenever people get money involved. And because people found out that team natural or that YouTube was a business, the water got really, really muddy. No one stuck to the science then, and nobody's sticking to the science now. Nobody's sticking to the science, so much so, even cosmetologists included, licensed cosmetologists included, that people like me who actually are sticking to the science are the people who are labeled as the liars. But it's so easy. It's so easy to figure out who's telling the truth. All you have to do is look it up, because a scientist is going to put all of the things that they've studied out there on Front Street. It is all public record. Not only will a scientist put their studies out and make them public, they will also make it easy for you to conduct these same studies for yourself. Get a mannequin and try these things out on yourself, because none of these things have to be argued. We don't have to debate. Nobody has to be mad. Baby, just take a look. It's in a book, and stop making up stuff. Stop listening to people who are making up things. And if somebody tells you that something that you can read in a book with peer reviewed, it's time to start doing some real, true inner work, taking some accountability, asking yourself why you're listening to people that are telling you that the truth tellers are lying when you can clearly verify it for yourself. I love you. Let me know what you find, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.